Thank you very much, first of all, for being here with me together, where we are going to talk about unlock your client's potential, how values and beliefs define or drive powerful coaching results within your clients, for your clients, and also for yourself, of course, and understanding about values and beliefs overall. But let's get started straight away. I want to know from you overall. Okay, hold on. I want to know from you to introduce yourself in the chat. So I do know who you are. Of course, I do know who you are. But what are you doing for a living? Do you see clients? Are you a trainer? Are you a coach? Are you a consultant? Are you a therapist? Who are you? Put it into the chat box. It's going to be a very interactive session, so it's not about sitting back and not doing anything. It's really about sharing your knowledge. And when I'm showing you a slide and I'm asking questions, I won't continue until I at least get some responses from you in the chat box. So who are you? And what are you doing for a living? And do you actually see clients or not? Okay, Nachwa, yes, she's a trainer and she's a coach. All right, anybody else? Norman from Singapore, senior lecturer, hospitality, tourism, teaching degree and master program. All right, wonderful and good to see you here. Anybody else is here? Sales, all right. Good, anybody else wants to share something? Okay, yes, you are. Wonderful to see you again. And then we have Mitra as a metaphysics practitioner, Sharifah, business psychologist, facilitator, trainer, and executive coach since 2008. Wonderful. All right. Anyone else here who wants to share something? And a counselor. Okay. Now, why do I say that? Of course, we're going to work together. So some ground rules first. Please commit yourself to your success right now. Stay focused on the training here, on the session. Inform your loved ones that you are very busy over the next 2 hours. You care for your success and be present. And that means basically camera on. Because I want to know if you're really there. It would be lovely if you put the camera on, because imagine if I were to present myself like this. Or if I were to go off camera and just talk like this, would you enjoy me being like this? Or do you prefer me to be like this? Which one would you prefer? If you are talking to clients, then you also don't want to have your clients not on screen if you are doing Zoom sessions, but you want to be with clients overall. That they are seeing their faces and dealing with it. And I would really appreciate if you go on. Yes, Norman goes on camera. Wonderful. Extra point for you. Yay. Asila on camera. Najwa is on camera. I really appreciate you, because that allows me to make it easier for you afterwards when we do exercises to attribute the right people to you. Because if I don't know if you are there, if I can't see you, I wouldn't know if I put somebody into a breakout room and then don't know if one person is alone. So switch it on, because no one really likes a black screen. It's an energy sucker trying to switch on camera. Hang on there. All right. I appreciate your efforts. Okay. So first thing, because as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to make sure your success and your understanding. So what I was doing when I was preparing for the session here, purposely really putting myself up and want to present you with the best of current thinking in NLP. I really focus on your outcomes and your learning and care for your success and answer your questions to the best of your ability. All right. Okay, Valia, I understand that. Can't switch on the camera. Very bad connection happens every now and then. Still see, even in 2024, all that stuff can still happen. Who am I to share something with you? Well, my name is Andreas, as you do know that. I'm certified NLP trainer. I'm a master trainer of hypnosis and hypnotherapy, certified in different boards in NLP. Also a certified coach trainer, something called master trainer, one of 16 master trainers across the world. Of the language and behavior profile, words that change minds, is a very advanced linguistic tool coming from NLP. I love this tool. It helps me to understand my client at a very deep level. But for the next 2 hours, as I mentioned earlier, we are going to talk about your values and your beliefs. And it's going to be excellent as far as I do know. Okay, Fauzia is entering the room, so let's have her in and hope she's also going straight away. Let's just give a second or two for her to join so I can straight away ask her, and Rick as well, All right, Fauzi and Alex, please be on camera. I would appreciate that very much. So let's get started with the session. So are you ready? Put it into your chat box, if you are ready to open-minded and ready to learn something about values and beliefs, and how coaching with values and beliefs can help you to possibly, while it's coming from my world, accelerate your results in coaching and therapy, or in anything actually, a little bit better. So if you are ready, let's get started. Because in the end of the session, I want you to be able to identify values and beliefs. I want you to understand, that's my objective for the session, how values and beliefs work together to create outcomes in your life and for your client's life, of course, that you can easily elicit values and beliefs from those around you, and you can do some transformative work with your clients, with your family members, colleagues, or anyone else that you grab on the street and decide that you want to work with them, and it's going to be exciting for them as well. You're walking there nicely and you're grabbing them and you are doing the work with them instantly. And now, again, when I'm putting this into the chat box, I want to straight away, because I'm not just talking away here, I want to have the interaction and want to go back straight away onto your comments as well afterwards. So what are some of the challenges do your clients face? That's number one. What are some of the challenges your clients face, be it in the sales environment, be it in a team environment, be it in an entrepreneurial environment, be it as a therapist? Just type it into the chat box. What are some of the challenges your clients are facing, and what challenges do you face dealing with those challenges? 2 questions. I want to hear some from you saying something about this one. What are the challenges you do face, what your clients face overall, and what challenges do you face dealing with those challenges? Please add it into the chat box. That would be wonderful. It helps me to understand you better. Self-worthiness, all right. Is it a challenge for you, or is it a challenge your clients face? I believe you mean your clients, right? That's a wonderful from the client. I thought so, okay? But I wanted to poke a little bit, okay? Thanks for sharing. Wonderful, okay? For my hustle, my challenge is always getting clients. I understand that. That is definitely in all areas, no matter where you are. Some have financial challenges, and I understand that as well. How to deal with the financial challenges. So that's a problem nowadays. We are facing rising prices, inflation. Companies, or overall, we can't charge that high anymore, or companies don't increase salaries as much as they wanted to, of course. So what other challenges do your clients face, and what challenges do you face dealing with those challenges? I tell them it's an investment. Absolutely. The question, of course, is, will they understand that? Because that's sometimes a question as well. So it's an investment for people, but when you are missing the food on your table, then you have to make the decision of having something between your teeth, or going for a personal investment and better and get rid of the challenges you're facing within in people that people face overall, that they face. But it's a overall good challenge, and thank you for sharing, Faustia. Anyone else wants to share something? Would be lovely if you can do that. All right, I need to explain what that entails. Oops, okay, that might be... Oh yeah, that's the answer for number 2, okay? I assume, okay. Convincing them and that hypnotherapy helps. I understand that, okay. That can be a challenging piece sometimes, because some people might be worried about hypnosis still, or hypnotherapy, wonder how it will work. Will you steal their credit card? All these old myths people still face having those challenges overall. Anyone else wants to share something in the room? So we got Alex here, Asilla, Dorn, Ekkalan. Who else could share something? Fausia shared something. Harris, Joachim, I know you are a therapist. Would be lovely if you can add on some. Well, Mossain, Norman, if you could add on something, it would be lovely overall. Otherwise, Well, okay, I have to live with what I have here, isn't it? Okay. I want to introduce you a model of thinking coming straight from NLP. My challenge would also be the same, how to get clients. Okay, that is a challenge overall, okay? There are many people around in the world, basically through Zoom's meeting. They're also coming in. The middle managers' main issue is being sandwiched between top management and subordinates. That's also happening. Wonderful. Well, I don't know if it's wonderful. So challenges, we are facing all challenges, okay? The world is never easy. The challenge, it's an opportunity. It's a way to improve ourselves, get the trust overall of clients. Wonderful. Thank you so very much for participating here. Because as you can feed off my energy, I am feeding also of your energy. Now I want to introduce a beautiful model to you that comes from NLP, how I'm thinking, that I'm using a lot. To me, it's a diagnostic tool, a thinking tool. It's a tool coming from NLP, from a guy by the name of Robert Dilson. He calls it neurological levels of alignment. What does it mean, neurological levels of alignment? Well, it goes back to the assumption coming somewhere along that line from a guy by Albert Einstein, who was saying that it's hard for us to change something at the same level of occurrence, that it's easier to get at higher levels of something to make an impact of lower levels. So Robert Dills was dividing our world, ourselves, our mind into 5, actually 6 levels, but I leave one out here right now. It goes from environment, it goes to behavior, it goes to skills, capabilities, it goes to values and beliefs, and it goes to identity. And in certain levels, or in certain thinking, or in overall in the model, there's a level beyond identity, which says the level of spirituality, the level of purpose. It's the highest level overall. What are you giving back? The level of mission and vision. So let me guide you through these different models. Now it says basically the arrows down there could go in both ways, as I will explain to you in just a moment. So here we've got, I'm going to explain this to you. It's a model. Of course, it's a model. All models don't need to be true. There are many models existing in psychology and economics and anywhere across the world. The model does not need to be true, but it's a way of thinking about the world, about yourself, about your clients as well. Also, of course, Albert Einstein was saying, as I just indicated as well, you can't change something at the same level of thinking. Albert Einstein was saying that. So that basically means if you, give me the moment, I'm going to explain this to you. Also, to me, it's a diagnostic tool to help me create better intervention. Where is somebody getting stuck across their life, in their life? Where do I need to work on to help them getting out of a stuck state? And the last one of this one, in this session, we look at the level that has had the most immediate impact, namely, we are working on values and beliefs. So how does it go, this model? Let me explain this to you. Overall, it says, starting with identity. Let me just go through it, and then I'm giving you a little bit more explanation, and then we're going to possibly do an exercise later on if time permits. First of all, identity says basically how we think of ourselves shapes our values and beliefs. Values and beliefs determine what is important to us. What we believe ultimately influences our skills and capabilities and the knowledge that we try to acquire as we go about doing our day-to-day skills. And they direct our behaviors. The skills, capabilities, knowledge direct our behaviors, which is what we do and say. It determines our results in the environment in which we choose to operate. And it can go both ways. So let me explain this model to you in a little simple example, or 2 examples that I like to give usually. And possibly you can participate as well. I'm going to ask every now and then a question. Imagine we've got a property agent. I say property agent because we don't have a property agent in the room here, I think, okay? So imagine you don't believe, your identity is that you are the best property agent there is. and your area of influence where you are dealing with is Petaling Jaya, is Chinatown. Let's say Chinatown. Makes the easiest one. Is Chinatown. So when you are the greatest, you believe your identity is that you are the greatest property agent in Chinatown, Kuala Lumpur. If you say it like this, what do you think would be a value or a belief that is shaping that person's mindset over? What is important to that person? Values is what is important to the person. If you have an idea, type it in to the chat box. So when the person believes, hey, I'm the best property agent there is in Kuala Lumpur, Chinatown, Kuala Lumpur, what could be a value? What could be a belief that person is holding deep inside of him? What could that be? Any idea, ladies and gentlemen? Type it into the chat box. It's a part of the participation once again. What is the values and belief a person is holding when they are the best property agent there is in Kuala Lumpur in Chinatown? I'm waiting for your response. All right, I believe every time I meet a client, for sure, they will buy from what I'm selling. That's a belief to have. It's a good belief to have. Yes, a value is also confident. I can easily get my clients what they are looking for. That, Fauzier, could be a skill already. You're getting there afterwards. So this is something to think about, a value or a belief. I'm going to share with you what is a value in a moment and a belief in a moment as well. But a skill and capability, if you are holding the skill that I think the A in Asila is saying, for example, confidence, belief, she meets a client for sure, they'll buy what I'm selling, which is a capability skill, okay? When you are the best property agent there is, you might value money. You might value quality. Thank you so much, Akalan. You might value relationship. You might value trust. You might value a lot of different skill sets or trust over values. That I shouldn't say skills here right now. I'm messing it up every now and then. And quality, of course, as well. Once you do know your values, you're looking for certain skills that drive your skills. For example, I think it was Asila saying, like, I believe my client will buy from me. If the property agent is believing that, they might enhance their skills, their selling skills, their communication skills, their knowledge skills about property development, new laws, researching around laws that impact their overall knowledge and skills regarding selling. Their skills and capabilities might be the ability to learn skill on how to do cold calls, how to place, the skill to command clients' respect. Oh, yes, absolutely as well. It's a value or belief you might have, Norman, or you're commanding the client respect. You're learning maybe to communicate at that point of time. And the behavior. So once you have certain skills, a behavior you have will be, for example, not necessarily sitting in the mamak stall and drinking Titarik the whole day, but walking around, dealing with clients, talking. The ING words in the ING words we have. Reading, communicating, talking, walking around, interacting with clients, sightseeing the tours in Petaling Street, Chinatown, Kuala Lumpur. The environment that you're looking at is, of course, you're looking at the buildings, you're looking at the retail outlets, you're looking at where is something that you should invest in. Let's go some more overall. If you are a therapist, if you're saying to yourself, I'm the best therapist there is, so you are having the belief overall that you can work easily with your clients. It's a value. It's again maybe a relationship. It's maybe again about the ability to relationship overall. A value might mean also maybe money, entrepreneurship if you're on your own, learning the values, entrepreneurship, freedom overall that you want to have. Also, ultimately, overall the skills you might have to have, you might build in a rapport. Yes, thank you so much, Fauzi, for helping out. Very important as well. And the skills might be, of course, you're learning hypnosis, you're learning communication skills, you're learning possibly NLP, you're learning different skills and capabilities in order client-centric, excellent saying service, good values to have overall. Okay, behavior would mean maybe you're talking nicely, you're communicating impactfully, and the environment you're creating might be a beautiful office of yourself. For yourself, of course, as well, that your client feels comfortable in the environment to build the trust overall. So I hope you get a little inkling sensation. So I want to say something to you about, for example, I think it's Norman who said like that you are in sales, for example. A good example. Sales is a skill to have overall. It's a very good skill to have. When you are in a sales environment, many people have learned that sales is not necessarily a profession to be valued. With sales, you become an accountant, you become a banker, but who you want to be, a salesperson? What kind of job is that? Car salesperson, are those who are cheating us, and whatever it is. So we might have when we are a salesperson, how do we think overall? Okay, you might build a lot of skills, a lot of capabilities. You might behave, but a lot of skills and capabilities, influencing skills, NLP skills, communication skills, selling skills, negotiation skills, respecting skills overall. But if your belief is about, I am not good in sales, I am not good in relating to people, I'm a little bit, let's say, introvert or so, and I can't really relate to people, you might have the best skills in the world, but if your own inner belief is holding you back, then whatever skills you have, the belief is sabotaging you. The belief is sabotaging you and becoming the outstanding and awesome salesperson that you want to have. Or let's say, for example, you are in an environment, your environment is not really the most conducive one. Maybe you are living in a really, really rural area and the environment is not where selling is easy overall because you would have to travel a long way all the time to different places, the environment not conducive. You might be the best salesperson, you might have the best behavior, you might have the best skills and values and beliefs or identity, but if the environment is holding you back, you might also not really helping being conducive in selling. Now, beliefs can impact all situations, all levels. For example, you might believe on the identity level, I'm a failure in life, I'm not good. Or somebody was saying like self-worthiness, I am not worth it. It's an identity statement. So you might have to work at really, really, really high levels in order to make major changes in their beliefs and values level and behavioral value, of course. You might have a belief, I'm not a good salesperson. I'm not good in selling. I haven't learned selling yet. So it might be also a belief that you might have. Skills and capabilities, you might say like, I can't learn to sell. I'm not good in relating to people. My communication skills are not good enough. So you might have a belief about your skills and your capabilities. And your behavior, you might even have a belief about your behavior. I don't know how to talk to people. And the environment, you might have a belief about an environment. My environment is not good enough. My boss is not supporting me. My team is not supporting me. My husband, my wife is not supporting me. That is also a belief to have. So you might have beliefs across all those different levels. Now, when you understand this level of alignments, when you understand it and you are listening to the communication of your client, what do they say, and we're going to go there in just a moment, then you do know if they are talking about a skills and capability level. I don't know how to, I haven't learned how to sell. Or if they talk about a values and beliefs level, I believe I'm not good enough to sell or to be a therapist, or they believe I'm a failure, I'll never manage anything in my life, everything I'll do is gonna turn out into a very bad situation. So you do know instantly what level do you need to work on. If somebody is procrastinating, you understand, basically speaking. For example, if you would work on procrastination, is procrastination just a behavior, or is it related to a value and belief that's holding them back, that something makes them stuck? Or identity level, hey, if I'm doing what I want to do, I'm gonna fail anyway, so why should I get started? I better procrastinate. Identity level. I hope you understand this model ever so slightly, and you might want to listen again to this recording at a later stage, because I think it's a very, very powerful model. What do you think so far about this model? Any question with regard to this model so far that you want to add in straight away here right now, or share with me? Unmute yourself if you got a question. It's a great model, Fausia. Do you know this model from before already? Just a question to you personally. It's always a challenge, right? Somebody is finally typing something in the chat box, and then the person presenting is jumping onto you and saying like, hey, you all said something, now you got to continue saying something. All right. So it's a very, very important module. It's a very, very interesting model that I've studied inside out, even with Robert Dills, and how it works overall is really, really important, of course. And of course, yeah, it's related to positive psychology ultimately. All right. So let me ask you, okay, is it easy for you overall to identify values, to work with values when you are with clients, or to work with beliefs? Is it easy? Yes or no? Type it into the chat box. I just want to know that. Do I understand the level of explanation that I got to present to you? Okay, yes, okay. All right, cool. Whoa, I don't need to explain this to you afterwards, okay? Love it, of course. Okay, good. But still, I'm gonna do an exercise with you. And I want to talk to you about the impact of values and beliefs on the individual first, before we do an exercise. So I think, okay, yes, I'm going to put you, how many people do we have here now? Where's I have got 4 or 5 different windows open. 19 people, okay, inclusive me. Okay, 19 people. Okay, now I'm going to put you into a breakout room for about 8 minutes, possibly lesser, and gonna ask this one question: what do you want in your work? Basically, work means basically what do you want in your work? What do you want in your therapeutic practice? What do you want to basically, what is your work? Basically, what do you want in your work? And write it down word for word. So I'm gonna have to identify now, where is my breakout rooms? I need to create, assign, open all rooms. I give you 8 minutes. Please go to your rooms right now. Go to your room. Go into your rooms and ask the question, what do you want in your work? And write it down word for word. All right. I hope I didn't lose anybody. I do know not everybody was in the room for a while at least. Are we all back? Let me just go to gallery view.
Yes.
Yeah, I think we're all back. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Thanks for that. Now, I hope you enjoyed the exercise. Hopefully you liked it. It was interesting to you. Now we are going to decipher your responses. And my challenge, of course, would be, okay, somebody else. Oh, Gita is also coming in. Okay, let me just, okay, good. Do something else in the view on my side. Never mind. Okay, cool. Hi. Now more people coming in, all right. Interestingly, okay. We have more people growing the room here. Never mind. Okay, so you were doing the exercise, and the exercise was, and hopefully all of you had a partner. If you didn't have a partner, maybe you answered it by yourself, alone by yourself. It's also possible, of course, that you are, oh yeah, now I lost them, okay. That you answer by yourself, so to speak. What do I want in my work? A very important question overall. It's one of the questions I like to ask with my clients. We call that's a values elicitation question, which is a very innocent question, but it's a very important question. And of course, there can be a whole set of follow-up questions coming beyond that. Let me just, okay, this one was important. So hold on. Let me go to the next slide. Okay, we've done the exercise and I appreciate all of you were doing it. Values. What are values? It's an easy definition. It's an easy definition. I want you, or I'm just playing it out with you for the sake of time here. I want you to imagine a shopping trolley. And a shopping trolley, and maybe you can all, or I can only see Julian in front of me here right now, sitting there, so you might be the one who I'm observing the most. Oh, okay, Attila, I can also see you, of course. And Faustia is here, good. I want you to tell me what can go into a shopping trolley. A pair of tomatoes can go into a shopping trolley, right? Okay, I'm just assuming, so you say yes, okay? You can put a manual into a shopping trolley, can you not? Of course you can put it, right? You could put a sack of, you could potatoes can put into a shopping trolley. Could put a bag of rice into a shopping trolley. You can put a notepad into a shopping trolley. You can put Julian into a shopping trolley, of course. It depends, of course, on the size of the shopping trolley, okay? Not a small one like this one here, but you can put a Julian and you can put anybody else into the shopping trolley as well. You can put a car into a shopping trolley because it can be a matchbox car, a small car, or it can be a huge shopping trolley, of course, overall. Can you put performance into a shopping trolley? Cannot, right? Can you put confidence into a shopping trolley? Cannot. Can you put, who was saying this? Somebody was saying it earlier. Let me see that again. Somebody was mentioning breakthrough results. Just by saying Julian cannot fit in, okay? Okay, with the size of the shopping trolley. Can you put confidence into a shopping trolley? Cannot. Can you put breakthrough results into a shopping trolley? Can you put motivation into a shopping trolley? Respect, trust, honesty, integrity, all of those things you cannot put into a shopping trolley. All of those things you cannot put into a shopping trolley are defined as values. Values is what is important to you. Breakthrough braid. Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Anything you cannot put into a shopping trolley is a value. While we value Julian, Julian is not a value. The person, the relationship we have with Julian is a value, of course, you know. Anything you cannot put in, the things you can't put into a shopping trolley, the conceptual words, these high level words are things you cannot put in shopping trolley, are defined as values. There's one exception, and that is money. We all want money. Money represents financial energy. Financial energy is something you can put into a shopping trolley. So money is the only value, as far as I do know, that you can put into a shopping trolley. Shouldn't put into a shopping trolley. Please do not do that. Don't blame me if you're putting it in and say, hey, Andreas said I can't put it into a shopping trolley. That would be distorting the message. It's a German joke. Please don't put it in there. Do not put your wallets in there or your handphones or your laptop and leave them alone, of course. But anything you cannot put into a shopping trolley is a value. I hope you understand this, all right? It's one of the highest level. An easy question you can ask your client is always, what's important to you about hypnosis? What's important to you in your career? What's important to you in your relationship with your husband or your children? What's important to you with your as a teacher? What's important to you when you go shopping? What's important to you in whatever area you're in? You can ask it per people when they say it, And especially if they use those conceptual words, they're giving you a value. Value is what motivates a person. Now, of course, you can say, I want to be respected. When you say, I want to be respected, that means respect is a value. I want to be trusted. Trust is lingering behind. I want to be honest. That is a value. I want to be confident. That's a value. I want to be happy. That's a value. Related to emotions, of course, there's a little bit of an overlap. But basically, anything that you can't put into a shopping trolley is a value. So words like leadership, communication. Luckily, we got all these slides, of course, it helped me always out. Communication, influence, motivation, contribution, solution, responsibility, ethics. What is written there? Decision, integrity, vision, support, planning. All of those are values. Now, most people always speak about positive values, but we also have some negative values. We have values like greed. We have values like nepotism. We have values like corruption, for example. We have values like bribery. Even those are values. Even tax payments. We don't like if you like, anyone here likes to pay taxes? Okay, but it's motivating, yeah? So you gotta pay taxes, otherwise somebody else is coming after you. So values is what motivates you. So even if you don't like taxes, you are on record here because you're shaking of your head. But even if you don't like something, it is helping. You're taking action to make it happen. So criteria are those words which incite a physical and emotional reaction. Recently, give you an easy example. Recently in my condominium area, we had beautiful greenery around and a most awesome tree. And somehow along that line, somebody decided that tree needs to be cut down and more trees around the area. That tree was huge. That tree had a trunk which was huge overall. It was an old tree, was a healthy tree. They cut it down. So many people in our WhatsApp group cried away. I felt sad. I still feel sad seeing the trunk there. It incites a physical and emotional reaction. I felt deeply hurt. Nature to me is important. Nature is a value. Ecology is a value. So I had a physical reaction. I crammed up inside. Oftentimes, their values are why you do something. You are here today because you possibly thought you can learn something. And I hope you learn something. Maybe you put it in the chat box that you learned something or not to give me an incentive. Values are your true north. People always talk about the why, but the real why are values. We want to meet our values. When you are seeing somebody is doing something and you are talking, this is right, this is wrong, I like it, I don't like it, it's good, it's bad, I don't like how you perform, I don't like how you do that stuff. That's a values-driven, that statement of yours. A value is driving it. That you evaluate. You are looking at a situation and then you are deeply driven to evaluate that situation. True or false, you like it or you don't like it, you evaluate it, you judge it, you make decisions about it. That's driven by a value. Values are important. However, when you put something like confidence, or when I go back a moment, when I say to you, for example, communication, leadership, contribution, solution, responsibility, do you actually understand what I say when I use that word? Do you really believe you know what I'm talking about? So we might talk about the same value. Leadership is important. We need to create a contribution, or we need to contribute, or we have to have solutions, or we gotta be responsible, have responsibility. But your responsibility, my responsibility, might be very different how we are expressing this in the world. Money might be important to all of you, but how I generate money, how you generate money, how I spend money, how you spend money might be very important, or very different overall. And that's how fights can start about values, because you have got different interpretations. And here we are coming to the topic then values are your hot buttons, basically. Rah, I want to achieve that. Values, basically, in order to, I was getting ahead of myself a little bit. When you connect your work and your outcome to the values of your client, you are getting a deeper motivation from your client. When you are going to your clients and say, if you do this, it's not just an investment. But if you do know the value of your client, when you said earlier that when you want to sell something to your client and you're defining your investment, it's the payment as an investment. But if you do know their values and you say, hey, you invest in becoming more confident, if that's a value, you invest in your career, and career is important to you. Invest to create an outstanding breakthrough result. When that is important to that person, the person is more likely to get engaged, to listen to you. The gate is coming down. They are more open to listen to you if you address the values correctly. So connect your work, your outcome, to the values of your client. Should be one of the earliest questions you ask. What's important to you about that one? Or what you're procrastinating, or you're smoking, you want to stop smoking. What's important to you about stopping to smoke? And the person might say health, or might say freedom, or might say whatever they say. Julian, you might know that, of course. And you can always add it in, and you do know the values of the person and you are adding it in, have a greater chance of making your session a success. Now you have the list of values, but what comes next? Because as I mentioned, you don't know what I mean when I say responsibility. You don't know what I mean when I say contribution or solution or leadership. And here the important part, we need to talk about beliefs. Because you might have values at a high level, but beliefs are the little things that connect your value to your behavior. These are the nice glue that holds it all together. So I put it together like, what is a belief? What is a statement? How do you define beliefs? Beliefs are also concepts that we hold to be true. Are generalizations of how we do something with how something works. A generalization is a word like I can learn, I can teach, I can assist, I can walk. All of those are generalizations. I can drive a car. It's a generalization. You don't know what kind of car I drive, but it's a generalization. I can drive that car. Beliefs are convictions that guide our thoughts, emotions, and actions. People fight over values and over beliefs. And also, of course, beliefs provide us with the certainty that someone or something exists or is true. Someone is existing or is true in their statement. That's a bit funny statement. Beliefs provide you with a certainty. Oh, I put it 2 times in that list. See how important that statement must be overall if I put it 2 times in my list here. And beliefs determine how events are given meaning. And that's a core of motivation and culture. Think about Malaysian culture, Singaporean culture, German culture, European culture, and the different values and beliefs that drive those cultures forward. So linking values to beliefs and behaviors. So this helps us. Beliefs help us to focus about what we think is true, while values is about what we consider as important. Beliefs are the foundation of various sources, while values are often deeply ingrained and form the foundation of our principles. So we might be more aware of the beliefs we hold than our values. When I say, I believe I'm a good man, I believe that I am a good presenter, or I'm a good hypnotist, I believe I can help you get over your smoking or your procrastination, I can help you. So people are more aware of our beliefs, but not so much about our values. And action, beliefs connects values to behaviors. That's the important part. So what are some of the belief statements? Provide me with some belief statements in the comments. What are some belief statements your clients are mentioning to you? What do your clients believe about you? What do your clients believe? What does the world believe about hypnosis? Type some of those statements in the comment section. Yeah, what does the world believe about hypnosis? Or what does the world believe about change? What does the world believe about... What do your clients say to you when you are dealing with your clients? Provide me with some common belief statements. Type it into the chat box. Again, it's a part of the session where we need to participate with each other. Money is the root of all evil. Oh, that's a very important belief to not hold in your mind, I believe. You're really dealing with this kind of belief, Mitra? Or Mitra? Wow. Have you? Wow. But people say that. Some people say that. Yes, absolutely. Not you, of course not. Oh, I'm not sure saying hypnotherapists can control people's minds. Only your wife can do that when you're married. Or as you can do with your husband, of course. What are other beliefs overall that people hold? One more. Come on. I feel secure enough to be vulnerable and share openly without being judged. Wow, what an empowering belief to have. I congratulate you for that. Change is difficult. Oh, yes. It's also a common belief to have. Or change is not lasting overall. That's our common statement in our mission statement of Aisha Mind Dynamics, is saying, creating change that lasts. That's our statement, our purpose overall. Okay. So here we have it. Value is honesty. So we might have empowering beliefs. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. The mind is evolving. Whoa, that is very deep, Antara. Wonderful. I like it. Empowering belief could be honesty builds trust. So you got two values in here. So you see how a value and a belief can be intermixed as well, of course, But a belief is supporting the value. I believe that everyone is unique and has a purpose in life. Wonderful. Trust ultimately prevails. We deserve to be treated with honesty. That's empowering belief with regard to honesty. And we've got limiting beliefs. Honesty can hurt people's feelings. You might have heard that before. Humans are basically all good. Wow, I love it. Just Bill. White lies are necessary to keep the peace. Oh, or no one will ever know if I bend the truth. Just a little bit. Oh, that's empowering beliefs and limiting beliefs. Environment and culture makes them evil. Oh, yeah. Or we have growth. We talked about growth right now. Change, growth. We never stop learning. Challenges lead to growth. Stepping outside our comfort zone is essential for progress. And of course, when you think about growth and change is hard, growth is tough. You might believe I'm not smart enough to learn new things. Now here you can see how I believe, how an identity, I feel safe and secure to share. That is kind of an identity statement that I love very much as well, that you're putting it out there overall. Or when you say a change, or I'm not smart enough to learn new things, that's actually connecting with I'm not smart enough. It's an identity statement to learn. It's lingering inside the capability. So even if the person might learn the statement here that I put out here right now, if the person is saying like, I can learn as much as I want, but if the person believes I'm not smart enough, no matter how much I learn, wow, you have a hard time to meet your needs. So you have to work on somewhat higher level of identity. Change is too scary. Stepping outside of comfort zone is essential for progress. And some people say change is too scary. And then we have money. Financial security brings the peace of mind. Money can be a tool for good, or financial responsibility leads to long-term success. Akalon is saying that's a belief to have. I have to make my belief soon for a conference call with India. Okay. And then you have money is the root of all evil. We heard that earlier. Rich people are greedy, and I don't deserve to have a lot of money. There are, of course, what I like to say, limiting beliefs which are quite useful. For example, I can't fly. Of course, it's a good belief to hold, because you don't want to have somebody jumping from the building believing they can fly. Honestly speaking, it's an important belief to have, because I heard, not sure if it's true, that's like a thought virus, that somebody said like, when kids, younger kids, not kids, toddlers, younger children overall, when they watched Superman or Batman, that they were really believing wearing a cape can help them that they can fly. And some kids actually jumped from building, as sad as it might be overall. So it's a limiting belief which might be useful. I'm ugly, I'm not good enough. Oh, These are really damaging and deep belief. I can never succeed. Yeah, these are really high level statements where you really have to do, can't change, can't work on. I believe, that's just my belief to have. You can't quite work at that belief level with regard to teaching them new skills or sending them to classes, to makeup classes, or giving them cosmetics, or what people might try to do, or be just go out and let people tell you that you are beautiful. If they really believe that, Fausia, at the highest level, whatever you say, if you don't change that belief, it's going to be a hard life overall. So you got to really work at the belief level, coming back to the model I shared with you earlier. So first of all, of course, then you have to start questioning skills. Questioning skills are very, very important in NLP. But it's not just shooting down a belief to have. So if you are working with a client on belief, people fight for their beliefs. People fight for their values. So you got to have a deep rapport with people before you start interacting or intervening. Their willingness to work with you at the beliefs level, values level is crucial in order to make it happen. So you got to build the relationship. Here comes my values, right? You can hear my values. You got to build the relationship with somebody first, so they are open enough to make the changes to allow you, for them to allow you to really make the changes. Because I hope in the meantime, of course I understand that, okay? These are not my negative cognition, sharing common limiting beliefs. I get that, Fausia. You are awesome, of course. Nobody would believe that you were thinking like that, okay? And I appreciate the sharing and your participation for sure. That's really, really awesome. I really like that a lot, you know? So here are the questions to challenge beliefs that you need to do. Gently, curious, and I'm just giving you a whole range of belief with regard. It comes from NLP, where you learn those tools to pick up, basically, if somebody speaks at an identity level or a behavioral level or a capability level. So here we have, I don't deserve to have a lot of money as a limiting belief, picked up here in red. And it's a bit of a challenge. So if somebody would come to you, ladies and gentlemen, what are some of the questions you would ask them coming to you with a belief like this? So here they are. They're sitting in the chair in front of you and asking and saying, like, I really believe I don't deserve to have a lot of money. What do you believe? Are some questions you could ask them. What is something you could ask them? Share it with me. I have a whole range, a whole white spot block to come in afterwards, but I would like to hear it from you as well. Okay, then pass the money to me if you don't deserve it. Wow. All right, cool. What makes you say this? Good one as well. Absolutely. I love it, Asila, okay? But I wouldn't ask that. I wouldn't say that statement in the very first beginning. But hey, I like it when you put up statements like this or question that I show you later. Because when I'm coming in to make them wake up, I get that, to shift their belief, to have that frame. Here's how they are running across the world. They're walking around. I don't deserve to have a lot of money. And when you say that, it's like a slap. You're shifting their frame instantly to something else. And when the client is laughing about it, sometimes, basically speaking, because they make, what was that? Oh, I think you speak Malay to me, maybe, I don't know, whatever. If you are able, if the client is laughing about their belief, about your statement, you're shaking their model of the world in NLP terminology. You are helping them to think out of the box. And I had times when I work with my clients, we were both rolling on the floor because my client starts to work with me also on formulating their own new frames, their own new beliefs about what they want to believe. Yeah, I get it now, okay? Nada. I got it, okay? What makes you say you don't deserve a lot of money? You want to come to the root, basically. Where did they learn that belief to have, okay? How did you come up with that belief? Exactly. How did you come up? with that belief. Thanks, Najwa. Who says you don't deserve a lot of belief, a lot of money, a lot of money? Who says it? Because you want to know, maybe it was their grandfather, their parents, they might reflect on it and they might come up and say, like, they realize, oh yeah, it was my great, 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 great grandfather who said it, that we don't deserve a lot of money because we are just poor people. In our family, we never get rich. And my great, 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 great grandfather was saying that. And then you can challenge them saying, don't you think like that belief is a little bit outdated? Would you like to update it? So you might want to get back to the root of all the beliefs, the root of all evil. And who you think deserves some money? A good question as well. How much money would you need to feel like you deserved it? Also a question. You identify the evidence, basically speaking. I had one client who also said something like this: I don't have a lot of money, or I want to have more money. And I gave that person 1 ringgit. And I said, cool, you done it already. You got more money, 1 ringgit already. You have more money. I was nearly a poor breaker. But then he got it and he was starting, and then he formulated ultimately as well, of course. If you have a lot of money, will you want it? Good one, just good one. If you could have anything in the world besides money, what would it be? Also something, of course, maybe they have a direction somewhere else. And of course, a question is not just a question, it's a building block to more questions. You want to have the rapport and ask more questions after they respond back to you. How can you tell you don't deserve a lot of money? Is it a feeling, a thought, something else? Or where is that within you, basically speaking? What do you really need exactly? What do you need? Has this belief always been true for you, or has it changed over time? If so, what triggered the change? So it's really just a starting point overall, of course, to ask a lot of questions. What would need to happen for you to feel you deserve to have a lot of money? What would need to happen? So when you, I believe some of you know NLP, when you really have learned NLP, one statement, you should be able to carefully ask at least 5, 10, 20 questions to anything somebody says. You don't need to ask it all the time. Sometimes it's good not to ask. A lot is how much for you. What is your definition of a lot of money? Exactly, thank you. What has this belief done for you or done to you? Done for you because maybe they had a secondary gain, right? Because I didn't deserve a lot of money. People donated a lot of stuff to me, fed me, took care of me, handhold me. I don't need to buy anything because I don't need the money. People gift me all the stuff. Or done to you. Or my children are starving, can't go to school. So one is for you positively because you don't know. We evaluate such belief as negative, right? I don't deserve to have a lot of money. But for that person, it can be a positive belief, right? So you want to identify what has a belief done for that person as well. Or do you know anyone who has a lot of money that you believe deserves it? You could also change it around, of course. Do you know anyone who has a lot of money that you believe don't deserve it? To identify basically what is their model in their mind. Whom do they hold in their mind along that line? And of course, as you did already, I love it very much, and I quoted some of you, of course, as well. I'm sure you can find many more ways to shake this belief. And it just shows me that you are kind of an awesome type of people. Learned a lot, I think. Okay, your impact will be the highest if you are working with your clients on limiting beliefs or in values and beliefs, possibly even identity. When you are talking to clients, when you are listening to clients, when you are elaborating with clients about their problems and their issues, you can identify where exactly is that problem located. Is it really, do they need a skill? Do you need to add on skills and capabilities to their level? Do you just have to work on their behavioral level? They need an additional change in their behaviors, or do they have is a problem located at a higher level of beliefs, possibly values, so that you have to hold on? I got a bit of a mess inside here, that you're working on a beliefs value or values level to make the change that's the unconscious level. So where are values and beliefs stored? Of course, they are mainly stored in their subconscious mind. Values and beliefs are installed inside of us when we are very, very young. Beliefs also getting installed inside of us when we are in the process of growing up. And as we are growing up, those beliefs shape our reality. They evolve a little bit, they're changing a little bit, but they are starting to change shape our reality. So if we are able to work at a beliefs level, or if our beliefs influence us negatively, as you could see in that slide I showed you earlier, then it's much easier to work at beliefs level. If somebody has a problem with money, it is not about creating a better savings account or investing, but you got to work, for example, at a beliefs level of how a person actually believes, what are their beliefs regarding money, for example.
All right, thanks. I got it.
Is that all? I think I appreciate very much your question. So again, we have our identity, values, beliefs, skills, capabilities, behavior, environment. And as you're talking to a client, hold those in your mind and identify through their conversation at what level is their problem located. And then you can identify at a much better, you can identify or create coaching plans, intervention plans at a much more effective manner to intervene at what level you have to intervene. At a values, beliefs level, skills, capability level, behavior, or environmental level, ultimately. I hope that clarifies it for you all. So here I'm coming now to the end of my overall presentation for you, to you, with you. Anybody's got a question with regard to what I share with you? Please feel free to unmute yourself right now and ask a couple of questions, or are you all happy? Any other question? I'm more than happy to answer some more now.
Nope, I think I'm good.
All right.
You have summarized very well.
Thank you so much. Yes, that's something I sometimes forget to do. In the flow. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. It was really fun to prepare it. Okay. Prepared presentation. Thank you, Andreas, for a it changed around. Got it. Okay, wonderful one. Can feel the energy. Early morning meditation. Oh, where are you, Namas? Okay, where are you? Thank you, Julian. Great sharing. Thanks a lot. Here's my contact details. Take a picture of this one and my contact details with a QR code. If you were to do this, of course, instantly, then again, you can contact me if you're interested in learning NLP, or if you're learning conversational influence massively, reach out to me. We are going to give you a very easy, well, I'm wearing the same t-shirt always, easy and good price overall and investment into the future. If no one else got a question with regard to my sharing, I want to thank you for spending 1 hour plus with me. I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. I am stopping the recording right now at different
Good night.
levels. Thank you very much.